Backstrokers in the water.
And we're underway.
And lane 3, we have Craig Barrett should be leading. And yet, there he goes. He's hitting the flip turn. He's actually ended up in lane 4.
This is a 200-yard medley relay. Ashland against Hopkinton from the Keefe Tech pool.
And amazingly, they've changed the lineup here. I don't think that was Craig. As well as our designated lanes are now 2, 4, and 6.
Bob Thacker and Rhonda Glassberger bringing you Ashland High School varsity swimming. The first time ever, Ashland swimming comes to cable television. And we're right here in the middle of the freestyle event, which starts with the backstroke.
And that is Katie Zhang in lane 4, swimming breaststroke. She's our state qualifier. She's a senior this year. The next swimmer up is going to be Craig Barrett, now doing the butterfly. They've changed the lineup as well as the assigned lane. So our lane 4 is going to be our magic lane, earning most of the score this meet. There goes Craig with a beautiful butterfly. He's improved his stroke tremendously this season.
So we're in 2, 4, and 6.
Yes.
And you start from the closest to our cameras.
Yep.
Is lane number 1, and then 6 is the furthest one away.
Yep, and I think Kelly Maroney should be in lane 2 right now, and Craig is finishing off his fly leg. And we should have up on the block, waiting to do her freestyle. And there we go. Okay, so back to lane 2 free, Allie Feinberg. Lane 4, we're going to have freestylist Sarah Cotton. She's coming in. She's a senior. Looks like they're going to win the first event of the meet. And there goes Sarah. Overall time, just over 2 minutes. I think they'll be happy with that time. And we've got finishing up, freestyler is in lane 6. Our freestyler, Zoe Doucette. She's a team leader on the team. Been a great swimmer, lots of improvement this season. And our just now coming into the wall. And our final athlete is going to be freestyler Allie Feinberg.
So the Clockers swimming in lanes 2, 4, and 6. And that'll hold throughout the night. Is that right, Rhonda?
It should.
And we're just waiting for the last girl to finish.
And there we go. Good job, Ashland.
8 points for a first, 4 points for a second, and 2 points for a third. How did we do, Rhonda?
Not bad. Not bad at all.
We won the first?
Yes, we did.
And who got second?
Holliston.
Holliston took second.
But we need to wait. This is unofficial.
And who took third? Did you see?
I think maybe we did.
Clockers stand to take a 10-4 lead if what we saw actually is official.
And it's also tough when our swimmers aren't wearing the blue suit. I think we had one of the swimmers in lane 2 without a Ashland suit.
Clockers and Bull Holliston in their black with red highlights. We're getting ready for our second event. It's going to be the 200 freestyle. And if you're wondering how long the pool is, it's 25 yards long. So a 200 freestyle is back and forth 4 times.
Absolutely, and this event will have lane 2, Bailey Wilkinson, lane 4, Jeff Sow, who needs a 2-minute flat. That's what he's looking for to qualify for, I think, sectionals. And we have Bree Mayer in lane 6.
2 freshmen and a sophomore. And this young Ashland squad features 3 seniors, Sarah Cotton, Cassandra Vallis, and Kate Zhang. I hear a whistle.
It's a whistle start.
The event is announced. What do they call that thing they're on?
Starting block.
It's a starting block. It's a kind of a small flat diving board. And we're underway. This is a freestyle event. You
nice
can swim any way you want.
Nice
but
long start for
typically
Jeff.
it's just a call.
Jeff's really good at his turns. Really good coming off the wall streamline.
In all events, lanes 3 and 4 are usually your best swimmers. And the Clockers have the lead here in lane 4, and that's Jeff Zal, the sophomore.
Going out in about a 26.
Makes a nice turn. He's got a big lead.
And we see Bailey and Bree nearby.
Holliston's best is in second place in lane 3.
Looks like Jeff's really going for his best time here in a qualifying time.
The fight for third place is between lanes 1 and 5.
And Jeff's gone out in a 56. He comes back in a minute, minute 2. He can still beat 2 minutes.
Jeff Zal with a big, big lead. Almost half a pool. It looks to me like Holliston's got second and third place well in hand. Lots of cheering from the sideline. That's part of high school swimming.
Jeff's got 8 seconds.
And a nice crowd here at the Joseph P. Keefe Technical Vocational High School in Framingham. And there we have our winner.
I clocked him at a 2 minutes 65. He wanted to break 2 minutes.
Jeff Zal, the sophomore,
great swim,
wins it for Ashland.
And let's hope Bailey and Bree are getting best times here.
Don't have the Holliston roster. We apologize, but they have the second and third place finisher. Second place went to lane 3, and third place went to lane 5. And the kids stay in the water till all swimmers are finished. And a nice hand for a great effort.
We have another long race coming up, the 200 individual medley. That begins with 2 laps of butterfly, then 2 laps of backstroke, 2 laps of breaststroke, and 2 laps of freestyle.
So we'll get to see each swimmer perform every stroke in this 200 individual medley. And for Ashland, we have Jacqueline Temple, Katie Zeng, the senior, and one of the co-captains, and the freshman, M. Black. Let's see now. So that will be, looks like we're missing a swimmer. Looks like, is that Jackie Temple in lane?
Yep.
2?
Lane 2, yep.
Katie Zeng in lane 4, and Emily Black in lane 6, and they're off.
And Jacqueline Temple has her mom teaches in the school, the Warren School.
And they start with the butterfly. Or they just call it the fly now, huh, Rhonda?
Yeah. It's like they all got good legal turns.
You know, and they told me that look at lane 3 and 4. Those are your best swimmers on each side, and that's proven true. But who's ever in lane 5 is making a statement that maybe he'd like to be in lane 3 next time.
Nice backstroke turn, and they're going to be following up with breaststroke, which is Katie Zeng's best stroke. So if she has a lead now, watch out for.
This is a co-ed team.
Yes,
both sides, and the boys do compete against the girls as well. So it's co-ed in every sense of the word. Well, almost every sense. Now they go to the backstroke. Now, Rhonda, do you look for splashing? Is it like diving? You look for a minimal splash?
The trend is to move toward a smoother, less splashing backstroke, that's for sure. And there's Katie in the breaststroke looking very smooth and confident, her favorite stroke.
She's got the lead now.
Although lane 3 is not far behind. And great effort with Jacqueline Temple, only an 8th grader. She's also a strong freestyler and breaststroker, and Emily's doing terrifically.
Now we go to the breaststroke.
Finishing off the breaststroke, and there we go with the free. And there, Katie's got it. She's looking for a 2:30, a sectional time. Not. It's like it's going to be hard.
Into the freestyle she goes. She's got a big, big lead now. And that's Katie Zeng, the senior. Her last home match tonight, her last home meet here at the Joseph Keefe Technical High School in Framingham.
She's picking up her kick beautifully.
And she's got a beautiful win here. And in the individual events, they earned 6 points for a first, 4 for a second, 3 for a third, 2 for a fourth, and 1 for fifth. So all the swimmers will be scoring. And lane 3 gets second, lane 5 gets third. And the Clockers take the last 2 positions. So, can we do a quick scoring? I would say 9 for Ashland and 7 for Holliston, unofficially. Now, what happens, Rhonda, if the turn isn't legal, as you say?
Or if there's something they've done to be disqualified.
Like doing the wrong stroke?
Points won't count. In freestyle, you can do any stroke.
You get nothing?
Because it's a free style of stroke. But in the butterfly, backstroke, or breaststroke, if you do in error the wrong stroke or something,
you're disqualified.
No points. Right.
But they let you finish. They don't pull you out of the water.
Right. No, they don't.
So that's why we have to wait. If there's some technical violation on the turn or some other mishap along the way, they'll be disqualified and no points will be awarded regardless of the finish.
Bob, this is going to be our fastest race of the night. This is the 50 freestyle. Lenny Carrera in lane 2, Jeff Zhao in lane 4, and Sarah Cotton in lane 6.
So this is up and down.
Yes. Jeff's trying for a sectional qualifying time, 24:03. In the past, he's been 11/100ths away from making sectionals.
Again, Ashland in lanes 2, 4, and 6. Holliston in 1, 3, and 5. He has the lead.
And
he's pouring it on. It's not going to be close. He's got it.
And look at Sarah Cotton in lane 6.
I'd give her the third place.
It did look like it.
Sarah Cotton winning third. And
a senior as well. Great to see a strong
Jeff Zhao winning the event, earning the 6 points.
We do have a second heat. And we should have Allie Feinberg and Emily Ben and Marissa Vitale.
So Allie will be in lane 2, Emily in lane 4, and Marissa Vitale, the freshman. Well, Allie's a freshman too. She'll be in lane 6.
Heat 2 does not score points, but these are big contenders for relay spots. It's really important to get in a fast 50 free so you can potentially be on the 50 free relay for leagues.
Similar to track, multiple heats are added to events to give swimmers experience primarily, but no scoring is counted. And this is the 50 freestyle. So this is a fast race. Once up and back, it's a 25-yard pool here in Framingham. Splash.
Looks like right out in front is...
it's Allie, isn't it? It's Allie Feinberg in lane 2. She's got the early lead. Not far to go. A nice win for Allie Feinberg.
Woo.
Holliston takes 2, 3, and 4. Ashland takes 5 and 6.
Now, pretty soon we'll be doing the diving section. We may be going to break now.
Well, let's chat a little while the Holliston team dives. Clarkers without divers, so very difficult to get any points in this event. All these points will be going to Holliston meet-wise.
We are truly desperate for divers. We are seeking gymnasts and cheerleaders and dancers and anyone who loves the fun and fearless feeling of jumping off a board.
And this board, is this the standard height?
This is a 1 meter board, which is used in the high school competitions, and the depth, I think, here is 13 feet, the minimum required.
So that's 1 meter off the surface of the water?
Yep, and as you see the wheels on the edge, you're going to add more of the bounce. Holliston does have an additional diving coach that helps with this team in their practices that are actually at the same time as the swim team.
So there's no high board in high school
Not
diving as a
here.
rule? No.
I do believe at states there are.
Okay,
so certain teams in this area are fortunate enough to have
so
multiple.
you work with what you
diving
have.
Yeah, absolutely.
Here at Keefe Tech, they just have the 1 meter board, so they're able to do some diving and have a diving team and diving contestants. Clarkers looking for divers, as Rhonda says, but none right now. It's only the second year of the program, right, Rhonda?
Absolutely, and it's still getting full and complete acceptance to be part of the Ashland Public School System. For 2 years, it's been funded by the Ashland Swim Club and wonderful donors, like I mentioned to you.
Like the Ashland Lions.
They've been incredible, donated quite a bit of
Lucky
money.
Farms.
Yep.
Belcher's Appliances. Purple Ink Insurance. Those are big sponsors of the Ashland swim team. And we also got money from the marathon.
Yep.
The money that is allocated to each town along the marathon route. Some of that went to Ashland, as it does every year, and some of it found its way to the Ashland Swim Club, so that helped.
I think technically we need to refer to them all as donors instead of sponsors, because according to Massachusetts Interscholastic Athletic Association, we cannot have official sponsors. That's why we don't have any T-shirts or suits or caps that show any particular sponsor. We've received donations, and that's why it was so amazing to get money from places like Belcher before we were even an up-and-running high school venue.
Great. It's great the way the community comes to support the kids in Ashland. And the Clarkers are members of the Tri-Valley League in swimming. 5 schools in the TVL swim, just enough. That's the minimum for a league. And Holliston and Reseda-Nitis swims, as does Hopkinton, Ashland, Norton, and the Dover-Sherburne Raiders. And the big TVL championship meet coming up Monday, a few days from now. And that's going to be held at Wheaton College in Norton, Massachusetts, the home pool of the Norton Lancers. So that should be a great event. Its first season as the Tri-Valley League actually holds their first championships this coming Monday. Tonight's meet is taking place on February 3rd, 2010. Bob Thacker and Rhonda Grassberger on the school channel. Follow the Clockers. Follow your hometown teams on the school channel. You can't see them anywhere else. And it's great to be here at Keefe Tech tonight and see these kids swimming. And next year, of course, we hope to go to a full school-sponsored program and already an MIAA program. And hopefully the school will take over. It's already funded, I guess, or it's already in the budget. So Ashland High School varsity swimming is onward and upward.
We have brought on Coach Nicole Carter. This is her first season as the head coach for the Ashland High School swim team. We hope she'll stay with us. She's done a fantastic job. As you may see on the athletics site under swimming, she has a website with photos underwater and athletes' participation in various community programs. Up and coming, we have a Masters Valentine's Day swim meet that the Ashland swim team is going to be involved. They're going to be volunteering to staff this meet coming up on February 20th, and the monies are going to go toward juvenile diabetes. The reason we're doing this fundraiser, participating with the Masters Valentine's meet here at Cape Tech, is because one of our own swimmers, Zoe Doucette, has juvenile diabetes type 1, and it's a cause that's quite close to our hearts, and our team wants to do all we can to help out. And that meet will be here, as I say, February 20th. If any adults, you need to be 18 or older to participate in the Masters meet, and the YMCA in Framingham is officiating and coordinating entries for that.
Sounds like a good day all around.
Fun time, and actually if Zoe's dad is up to it, I'm willing to challenge him to a race in the 50 freestyle that night. And if he beats me, I'll make a donation of $100. And here he is. This is the man, Steve Doucette. Steve, are you up for it, a race in the 50 free?
Competing only against themselves, so sort of relaxed. Wow. Beautiful dive. So he's sitting at the scorer's table, so to speak.
Yes.
And where's the Ashland coach?
Nicole Carter.
She's with her team, huh?
It's down here with the girls, long white t-shirt, long sleeve white t-shirt with the Ashland short sleeve team shirt on top.
Very good scores they sound.
There we
like.
go. Okay, Bob, look.
Is that out of 10?
That showed my naivete. So what we initially saw were warm-up dives. They were doing warm-up dives. This is their competitive dives that will be scored.
8.5, 7.5, and 6.5.
So it must be 210.
Yeah, a warm-up sounds reasonable. You gotta feel the board, you know. Because as you know, Rhonda, the boards vary widely, you know, to the spring and, you know.
They can tighten it if they want it to be stiffer.
That's right, yeah.
By the way.
And that's what that wheel is, huh?
Yes.
The hush over the crowd. Nice job. I only look at the splash in diving. I have the idea that the less waves you make, the higher you score.
A clean entry.
Although I'm always worried about someone hitting the diving board on the way down.
Too.
And I guess it's actually happened, of course, in the Olympics and other competitions. Even the greatest it's happened to.
That just looks exquisite from my vantage point.
Now the girl adjusted that wheel for herself, as she's entitled to do before diving. So, you know, I was trying to keep score on her, and it seemed to me that Ashland had a small lead after the first 4 events, not including the one that didn't count. But certainly these 13 diving points that Holliston picks up here uncontested.
They're killing us.
Makes it hard.
It's ridiculous.
You've got to overwhelm the other team.
Weren't you comparing it to wrestling earlier?
Yeah, same thing in wrestling when you don't have a competitor in a weight class and the other team does, you don't get any points and they take them. Not that I've ever seen a wrestling match either. And actually, we're going to be losing out on another event in a little while too. the 500. Is it freestyle?
Yes. Now, if the Holliston team only has one heat, that 500 free 20 lengths of the pool could take 6, 7, or 8 minutes. Hopefully, they'll only have one heat.
Wow. It's like the 2 mile in the track meet. Everyone very pleased with those scores. And now the dives are being announced. I heard something about 1.5 somersaults. Very nice. Not a lot of hesitation on the scoring.
That's great.
The score is announced practically before she's in the water. Oh. Now, last year, Ashland combined with Hopkinton and had a team.
Right.
And so this is the first year we've been alone. Oof. Something went wrong there, I think. Might have been experimenting.
Ouch. Last year we had the support of Naomi Martin, our athletic director, in starting and being improved and doing the processing to become part of the Massachusetts Interscholastic Athletic Association. But Naomi had to work with teams and see where we could find practice time and get meets that could be in place for us. And so she collaborated with the Hopkinton High School swim team under Coach Brian King. It was a wonderful season. Actually, our kids enjoyed it a great deal. However, at the end of the season, Hopkinton realized that their team had grown too large, expected it to be even larger this year, and that they would not have lane space to continue. And they decided to encourage us to go off on our own. And then when Jim Adams came aboard as the athletic director, he said, of course, why not? So it gave us the support we needed.
That's the rub. The MIA has specific rules on towns combining to have a team.
Once you combine, if you make too good of a relay, or if you have too many individual swimmers, it bumps you up a division, and then those communities are stuck with those division titles, and it can be really tricky.
Yeah, but the sticking point on the MIAA rule, is, as I understand it, is both towns have to have a need.
Yes.
It can't just be, oh, let's bring in a few swimmers from another town.
Absolutely. That's absolutely true.
Both teams have to be sort of undermanned, you might say, for them to approve it.
And in the past, Holliston's swim team has been smaller than it is this year, and Holliston has been a wonderful community looking to collaborate with us. But this year, they have a much bigger team.
Yeah, they look to at least be our size.
They're double.
Maybe more.
Yeah, they're actually double. They share their workout space with us. When we do the practices 6 times a week, half of the pool is Holliston's and half the pool is ours.
And the pool is not free, is it?
You know, it's part of our tax base because it's part of the community of schools that uses the Keefe Tech Vocational High School. So we do have access. I wouldn't call it free, though, because we already pay tuition for our pupils that are here, and a certain amount of money is allocated. But are we paying additional costs for this pool? No. Having a team in existence here is not costing us.
As long as you're a town in the South Middlesex Regional District.
Yes, exactly.
And Ashland, of course, part of the Keefe Tech District.
So it's been an untapped opportunity up until last year and this year.
And Keefe Tech, the only school around with a pool.
Well, there are other schools. This is really a terrific pool.
Framingham had a pool at one of their schools at one time, but they filled it in.
Several. We've got one over here at Barbieri that's been filled in. And My understanding is in the 60s there were several up and running pools.
Yeah, they're high maintenance. That's the problem. They're high maintenance, and it costs a lot of money to keep them going. And when the budgets get tight, it looks like a tremendous luxury item. And it's the first to go. You really need it. It's really a great resource for a town and a district.
Besides the Framingham Park and Rec Department using this pool, and all the high schools using this pool. Great score there. We have a private swim club that actually uses the pool here and helps pay for many of the costs. That's Shawman Aquatic Club.
I see a lot of their banners.
Yes, they're quite a big USA swimming team. It's actually their scoreboard. Hopefully next year we can tap into it and use it and have some of the numbers on the wall.
Scoreboard, not as simple as you might think, right?
Really not.
It's a very technical, and it has sensors in the water.
Right.
And
We need
everything.
large panels that go into each of the 6 lanes, and then there's a lot of wiring network that goes to the starting gun, and then you have other display panels and computerized results that come up, and all these things.
It's expensive.
$20,000 to $40,000. It's going to be quite a big budget item.
So they can't let just anyone use it.
Right.
Yeah. One of the better scores. It's a big hand. Blockers have earned 1 tie this season. They tied Norton 85 to 85. And there's 7 meets so far this season. This is I guess their 8th and final meet before the TVL championships. 3. Okay, we're back for the so-called second half. Ashland against Holliston at Keefe Tech High School. Bob Thacker and Rhonda Grassberger bringing you tonight's meet here at the Keefe Tech High School. Tonight's meet taking place on February 3rd, 2010. Clockers for the most part in blue. Panthers for the most part in black and red. And we just finished the diving, and we just finished the senior night ceremonies where they run the gauntlet, and now we're going to quickly start with a 100 butterfly. And we got Emily, Craig, and Zoe for Ashland in 2, 4, and 6, and we're underway.
And
nobody in lane 1 for Holliston.
They're competing in the 100 butterfly, 4 lengths of butterfly. And as you see, Emily lane 2, Craig's going for a sectional cut, hoping he can get a minute in this race. And we have Zoe, who's become quite a good, versatile, and very valuable butterflyer on the team this season. Craig's out in a nice lead.
Craig only an 8th grader, but a powerful swimmer. Particularly in this butterfly where the arm strength, I guess, is most important.
Absolutely, and he's been working a great deal on his breathing pattern. As you'll see, he's not breathing every stroke.
And that makes you faster, right, man?
It does. He's keeping a nice, strong kick going. Good entry, continues to do a breathing pattern. Let's see if he can hold his head down and finish hard. By my watch, unofficially looked a little bit off what he wanted to do as a sectional time. Looks like we got second. I'm thinking in lane 6, Zoe came in, and lane 2, Emily. Nice job. That is a very hard race.
Looked like Ashland took 1 and 2, with Zoe Doucette taking second and Craig Barrett taking first. You know, this co-ed swim team is fun, but in your opinion, Rhonda, do the males have an advantage over the females?
They definitely do, and in many teams like Framingham as an example, they divide their team. The women swim in the fall and the men swim in the winter. So they have divided seasons. Same thing in Natick. The community of Natick has such a large swim community that they divide the meets.
So it's more a function of numbers. The reason we have a co-ed team is numbers. But it's an advantage to be the men generally stronger in the events like the breaststroke.
Absolutely. The men have a tremendous advantage. And I think there are different ways of scoring. And it does come into place if we were an all-male team.
100 freestyle coming up. Bailey Wilkinson in 2, Sarah Cotton in 4, Lenny Correa, the sophomore, in 6. Sorry, we don't have the Holliston roster for you. But they're in 1, 3, and 5 and they're off. 100 freestyle. That's 4 times up and down. Finish the first leg, if that's what they call it.
It is.
With Ashland trailing. The Holliston swimmer in lane 3 has the lead, and he's halfway done.
And Sarah, being in lane 4, is doing a fantastic job. Second place right now. She's trying for a sectional cut in this event. She's quite close, trying for a 101. And there, Sarah's really putting it on, adding to her kick, coming in strong.
Holliston boy is going to win it. Sarah's got second easily. And it looks like a Holliston boy in lane 5 is going to get third. A girl takes, in lane 1, takes 4th. The clocker in lane 6 takes 5th.
Great effort by Bailey and Lenny.
So Lenny got a point. And interesting there, we saw Sarah Cotton beat the Holliston boy for second place. So it's not always true, especially in the freestyle where it's more speed than power, maybe, you know?
As you'll see with the sectional cuts and the state cuts, all of the male cut times are much, much more difficult than the female cut times.
Yeah, so that's the leveler, is when they come up with the, when they go to a state meet, then it's not co-ed anymore.
Yes.
Or a sectional meet as well.
The 500 free should be the next event, but since I'm seeing groups here, I'm thinking they're moving right on to the 200 freestyle relay.
Why aren't they doing the 500?
They may be skipping the 500 free because Ashland doesn't have any participants at this particular meet.
Okay, so they're not going to do it with their people.
Cassandra Vallis, Allie Feinberg, Marissa Vitale, and Bailey Wilkinson. 3 freshmen and a senior.
They should be in lane 2, if the roster's correct.
Lane 4, we'll see Bree Mayer, Jacqueline Temple, Zoe Doucette, Sarah Cotton.
And, well, Bree or Jacqueline. That was probably still up in the air. So it'll be Bree or Jacqueline going first, then Zoe, then Sarah, and then Katie finishing off the relay. And then looks like lane 6 will be, again, either Bree or Jacqueline. Emily Bain, and then Emily Black, and then Lenny Carrera.
Lenny just finished swimming. He's right back in the pool. And this is a freestyle relay.
Actually, Bob, now that you're mentioning that, 3 of the swimmers just finished the 100 freestyle.
Well, when you only have 17 on your squad, I guess you have to make allowances and adjustments.
I'm
do what you
thinking
have to do.
those 3 athletes may be moved in a different position in their relay team too, to afford more rest.
And we're going to time this one because we need a 157.48 to qualify for a sectional spot. So one of our 3 relay teams has to get that time to go on to further competition at a state level. Again, our best chance is supposed to be lane 4. Holliston jumps out quickly. They got the first 2 spots, 1 and 3. Actually, they got the first 3, 1, 3, and 5.
That split was just under 30 seconds for our lead swimmer in lane 4. If all of them swim that fast, they'll break 2 minutes, and I'm sure that would be satisfying. Time they'd like for sectionals is a 1:57.
Is that boy at the end of the pool, is he watching the turns to make sure they're legal, or
Actually,
whose responsibility is that?
Jeff Sang is there as a fan and supporter. He's our sophomore athlete, and he's quite a terrific swimmer. He's just there to cheer everybody on. The official for this meet is up here in the white, also serving as a starter, and actually on the other side in white is another.
So they're watching only this end,
Well, I think
at least for now.
they're covering pretty much as they can. Oh, nice race for second. Looks like second and third are quite close. Look at that.
Swimming hard.
Quite an effort, and if the lineup hasn't changed, that third swimmer should be Sarah Cotton. Would be finishing up with Katie Zhang.
Holliston takes first, and second Ashland gets third.
And my watch showed a 1:57.
That's just what we wanted to
They
hear.
must have made it. They must have made it. They're screaming.
The girls seem happy. In lane 4.
They must have done it. They must have done it. Fantastic. Fantastic.
We had them at 157 unofficially. They had to get under 157.48. If it's official.
It looks like it is. The coach seems delighted. I would like to be able to confirm whether Bree was the first swimmer, but we know Zoe was in there, Sarah Cotton and Katie Zhang doing their 157 needed for a sectional spot. And the lead swimmer was either Bree or Jacqueline. And very exciting. When we get the official on that, we'll have to share that with everybody. That's tremendous.
Well, that would be something to see here
If we
on the
could,
cable television premiere of Ashland High School swimming.
I think it was.
okay.
Whoever it was, she got them off to a great start.
She sure did. It was under 30. First was Bree, then we had Jacqueline, Bree, and then Jacqueline, and then Emily Black.
No, we had.
Oh, excuse me. Bree, then Jacqueline, then Zoe Doucette. Oh,
No, so we had Bree, Zoe, Sarah, Katie.
okay. I'm sorry.
Jacqueline's alternates.
The relay team that made the sectional cut of 156 was Bree Mayer, Zoe Doucette, Sarah Cotton, and Katie Zhang. And congratulations to them. Super. Thanks, Jeff. And here it looks like we have another heat of relays. Sometimes additional relays are added again for relay experience, depth of the team. We want other athletes to have opportunities to.
The bigger team, Holliston, is the only team participating, right?
Yes.
So it gives more kids a chance for Holliston. It's a non-scoring event. Coming up next, unless they sneak the 500 in on us, we're hoping that it's going to be skipped altogether because Ashland does not have a team to compete in the 500.
Actually, we do. You know, we do have some very strong 500 athletes like Parker Shields, Zoe Doucette, Emily Bain. Although we've saved them for this meet to be participating in relays and other shorter events.
Yeah, not that they can't swim 500
Oh.
500 yards, but just not tonight.
Yeah, tonight they were hoping to make the last of the opportunities for sectional cuts and swim their best events. Had the 500 been their best events, they would have swum it.
So our next event for points will be the 100 backstroke with Rachel Henderson, first time swimming in an event, a sophomore. Craig Barrett, who we've seen earlier tonight, will be in lane 4, and Parker Shield, the sophomore, will be in lane 6.
And actually, we're greatly looking forward to Parker's brother, Eamon Shield, joining the team next year. He'll be a freshman next year, and he's quite a good swimmer. We're looking forward to having him on the team.
Is there year-round training for this sport, Rhonda?
The high school training begins after Thanksgiving, but many of the swimmers on lots of high school teams are year-round swimmers. On our high school team, maybe less than half are year-round swimmers. So it's a very new team. Some of the swimmers have never been on a swim team before.
Now
Here
the
we go.
backstrokes, they start in the water, and those pennants you see hanging over the pool, that's how.
Those are the backstroke flags. That's how they
And
count.
how do those work, Rhonda?
You know what? We could probably trace our lead swimmer, Craig Barrett.
He's in lane 4, the lane closest to the camera.
And
On the
looks
bottom
like-
of your screen is lane 1.
The hold-up's lane 3. It looks like they're just adjusting their goggles quickly.
But those flags are indicators that swimmers using the breaststroke need.
Yes, and you'll see as Craig gets going in lane 4, huge glide. As he comes toward the backstroke flag, you can probably guess he'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 strokes.
He knows. When he sees those flags, he's got 5 left.
When you do that 1,000 times, it gets pretty accurate.
Is that so you don't hit your head on the wall, Mom?
Absolutely. Or your elbow, your shoulder. And look, Craig's coming in even stronger at the end of the 50.
Neck and neck. Lanes 3 and 4. The clocker in lane 4 is Craig Barrett, the 8th grader.
Oh, I'm so glad he has competition. That's really going to help him try and
This
get the
could be
section
our
cut.
closer. He comes off that wall tremendously, though,
He
Rhonda.
did a great glide.
He picked up a
Excellent.
lead.
And look, he's even stronger as we're going into the last 12 and a half yards.
Going away.
Nice. If he can nail the wall, terrific. Nice kick.
Craig Barrett. Holliston takes second. And it looks like Holliston's going to take third as well in lane 5.
Although we've got Rachel and
Ashland get in lane 6.
Parker coming in, Parker Shield.
And
Just finishing, and Rachel on her way. We've got, it says for Rachel, first time swimming. I think she's new to our team, hasn't had a lot of swimming experience, and she's got a good stroke, nice form.
Parker Shield taking 4th.
Good job. She did a very good effort there.
So Rachel Henderson has her first competitive swim behind her. And it happens tonight at the Joseph P. Keefe Regional Technical Vocational High School, located in Framingham, the intersection of Winter Street and Fountain Street. Coach Nicole Carter happy, passing out the congratulations. And our next event, the 100 breaststroke. Cassandra Vallis in 2, Katie Zeng in 4, and Kelly Maroney in 6 for Ashland. Good start, important. Not completely synchronized, but they're all off.
Katie Zhang just coming up for her first stroke.
Got about halfway before she had to take her first stroke.
Nice long glide.
Holliston girl in lane 3 has the lead. Zhang closes.
Katie so far is our only team member who has qualified for states, and this is the events she has qualified in.
And she's the leading scorer on the Clockers for the 2010 season. Halfway there. Zing takes the lead coming off the wall, but it's very close. Lane 4, Katie Zing. Battling the Holliston girl in lane 3. Or is it a boy?
It's a gentleman.
It is a boy. Katie has actually slightly increased her lead. Down the stretch they come. It's going to be close. They're losing power, both of them. The Holliston boy is almost there. Very close, but I give it to Holliston.
Unfortunately, I do too.
Holliston also takes 3 and 4. 4 was very close between 1 and 6. I don't know if Kelly Maroney caught 4th or not from lane 6 for Ashland. Did she lose something halfway through the last lap? It seemed like she came off the wall tremendous, actually increased her lead halfway through the last leg. And I don't know what happened. I could see them both slowing down, but it looked like the Holliston boy had just enough.
Boy, that finish is so important, and as he had the view from behind and knew what he could do to possibly reach and finish ahead of her, makes it very... Now we've got the relay. This is actually the last event of the evening, the 400 freestyle relay.
This is going to end at the team event. Clock is with 3 teams and 12 swimmers. So virtually the entire team competes in this last event, and it's a long one, 400
Right, each
yards.
swimmer will participate in 100 yards of freestyle. And with the removal of the 500 freestyle event tonight, the meet has gone quite quickly, meaning there may have been some changes in the relays so that other athletes could be rested. And
Maybe they gave it up for the senior night festivities. Is the pool time? Do you have to be out by a certain time?
tonight we do need to be up by 8:30.
Another group comes in.
Framingham High School's got their practice.
Now, we're seeing something we haven't seen that much tonight, and that's the leader in lane 6.
And actually looking at the swimmers in lane 6, they decided to start off with Craig Barrett, who is quite an accomplished 8th grade swimmer.
And is having a good night, too.
Yes. Down there in lane 6, I don't know if it got missed, but our athlete missed the wall. That is a very frustrating thing when you miss the wall on your foot turn.
Can you go back?
You need to go back.
Did?
You'll get disqualified if you don't back
Did
up
he?
the touch.
Did
Yes,
she?
yes, she did. I think it was Lenny.
Have there been any disqualifications tonight?
Yes, there have been. And it's
hard
not
to discern
unusual
from here.
for a new athlete in these events to accidentally make a mistake, especially in the breaststroke or the butterfly.
It is unusual?
It's not unusual
not unusual.
for a newer swimmer in the breaststroke or butterfly to be disqualified. In the freestyle and backstroke, it's pretty unusual. Unless coming off the backstroke, going into the backstroke turn, they take an extra stroke.
Now Holliston has taken the lead, and it's all in lane 3 now. And lane 5 is not far behind another Holliston team. And they're going at it. They're competing against each other. The leading Clocker team continues to be in lane 6. And that features Craig Barrett, Lenny Correa, Emily Bain, and Katie Zhang.
And I think we're seeing Sarah Cotton picking up in the middle lane. If the lineup hasn't changed. Actually, that does not look like. It's real hard to say.
The coach has the liberty of changing the lineup. We got her best thoughts before the meet started, and that's what we're going with.
Yes. Strong swimming in lane 6. And I think they're down to their last athlete, which would be Katie, who just finished the 100 breaststroke.
3 and 5 continue to battle, but number 3 is doing everything he can to get his team back. But number 5 has a big lead. Look at him go. He's trying to make up an awful lot as the anchor of team number 3, but it's not going to be enough. So far, they've got one more up and down. Lane 3 has lost a little of the fire that he came out with here in the 3rd leg. 1 leg left to go. Still a good lead for lane 5. The girl in 5 and the boy in 3 battle. The boy's closing. He's not going to get there.
Boy.
Lane 5 wins for Holliston. Lane 3 comes in 2nd, and the Clockers are going to get 3rd in lane 4. And that's the team of Jacqueline Temple, Zoe Doucette, Sarah Cotton, and Jeff Zhao. Lane 6 comes in 4th. Lane 2 comes in 5th for Ashland, and Holliston gets number 6 in lane 1.
Well, Holliston came in 5th there, it looks like. And we're almost done.
Whoops. Someone's still swimming. I thought the Clockers in lane 2 had come in 5th, but turned out they were a whole pool behind.
Well, it's not that far behind. With the seconds these kids have taken off this season.
And no rest when you only have 17 swimmers.
Oh, right.
It's an exhausting night when you have to compete in so many events, and there's no limit to the amount of events.
Yes, there are. They can swim 1 or 2 individual events and 2 or 3 relays. My understanding is the maximum of 4 events.
Max of 4.
But with us not having divers and with the 500 free being omitted tonight, this meet went very quickly.
You know, I started keeping score, Rhonda, and then I lost track about the 3rd event. And I didn't really identify any disqualifications which would change the scoring. So I have no idea, and there's no scoreboard for the public here. I'm sure the teams know who won and who lost, but neither one of them is jumping up and down.
Yes, I'm not so sure they know yet, because there are some disqualifications that could have come in at the end with the relays.
The official scores are at the table, hopefully doing their computations. And we hope to have an announcement before we leave the air tonight.
Oh, and it looks like, is that?
Over by the board.
Now we hear the officials out with the official announcement. Here it comes. Clockers fall 94-75. So even without those diving points, Clockers are going to come up short tonight. And a great meet, a very close meet. We thought it might be close, and it was even closer than we expected, as the Clockers show very well in all events that they participate in tonight.